This is your host, Tom Quee. Thanks so much for joining me. Just before we jump into today's episode, I just want to say please follow us on Twitter at battlerapresume. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're putting loads of exclusive content on there, loads of compilations and the sort. You can also get in contact with us on the Facebook page, battlerapresume again, at battlerapresume on the Twitter, everything battlerapresume, at gmail.com, the Redbubble shop as well. We sell the merchandise on there. Anything you want to do, we can find it through there. Get in contact with us all through those different channels as well. We're looking forward to getting loads of stuff set up, but the best way to kind of keep aware of the upcoming shows is at BattleRapResume. Anyway, my guest today is, someone who I'm such a huge fan of. One of the first URL battlers that I, seriously got into. I remember years and years ago, Soul tweeted a link to Tsu Surf versus Big T. And I think Soul just said this is an incredible battle. He didn't even describe what it was. It was just the link there, and I just clicked on it. And I was just getting into battle rap and never really watched URL before. And it absolutely, it blew me away. And like, Tsu Surf, is it fair to say you have like the highest kind of average of battle views? You seem to average like 1.2 mil.
Yeah, that's I believe that's on paper.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's on paper.
So is that number one?
Yeah, I'm not the most. I'm not the high. I believe DNA is the most view overall, like the most actual views. You know what I mean? But I mean, DNA got like 91 battles or some shit. But
yeah,
you know what I mean. But as far as average per battle, though, it's me.
And I should say thank you for coming on the show, man. I'm very, very honored.
No, it's all good. That's no problem, bro.
I mean, how are you at the moment? Is there anything on the pipeline for you or battle-wise?
Yeah, right now I got some coming up. I got Suge on UW on the 23rd. I got Suge on UW on the 23rd, and I got Tay Roc in Oakland on the 31st.
And this show, Battle Rap Resume, we look back at all your resume, like obviously like all the people you've battled. Is it fair to say you have one of the most impressive in battle rap?
I mean, I would like to think so. Not being, like a fan of myself. When I sit down and look at everybody, because I try to, it's like asking Chris Paul about the other point guards in the league. Like he would know their stats because that's his, his area. So I as far as watching people, I think so, yeah. Especially at pivotal points. I think I battled a lot of them when they were at their peak, and they were really on the scene and going crazy. So it's if such and such battles such and such on an off-brand league, on some bullshit, and they both don't care about it, it's not the same as me versus a K-Shine at Summer Madness, or me versus Khan, small room at Gnome type shit. So it was bigger moments too, I mean,
in my opinion, the best Big T ever against you.
Yeah, I think so too. The best Big T, the best Khan, the best X Factor, the best Young Ill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so incredible stuff, man, and it really is. I have to push this across. One of the big guys on URL, and it really is great to have you on here. The fact that you have 17 battles, 21 million views across those battles. It's views are important. People say they aren't, but they are important, aren't they, Surf?
It's impossible. It's impossible for you to say views not important. That's like if we say views aren't important, any could have this conversation. Anybody could have this interview. Anybody could have this argument. You know what I mean? You could have two battles with 500 views, and your argument still be that you're one of the best to ever do it, or one of the best doing it. That's foolish. You know what I mean? So views have to mean something. Why is this person getting more views than the next person, or why is this being continued to watch so much? You know what I mean? Because stuff like the word replay value and shit that come into a resume and stuff. You know what I mean? Some of these niggas got a lot of battles, but they don't got no replay value, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Is that where because I guess there's only a select amount of people subscribed to the channel watching these battles, so it's not like a whole new audience came across for this really viewed battle. It's that people love the writing,
Exactly. That's my thing. You figure if, even if you want to talk about URL, I believe URL got close to 1 million subscribers, maybe 600,000-700,000, something like that. So it's the same battles are coming across the same people. You know what I mean? So if you take 7,000 and then sometimes you just multiply. I mean, it's just simple math. You know what I mean? If these 700,000 people all watch this battle 5 times, you know what I mean? It's going to hit 1 million way quicker than if there's 700,000 people watch it once, or half of these people don't even watch it. You know what I mean? And that really explains the numbers. Some of these niggas got 200, 300,000 view battles. You know what I mean? I guess you got to start somewhere, but it's really levels.
I think that's what really impressed me when I first started watching URL, as I said, with the Big T thing, was how viewed the battles were. Like, URL really set a trend, didn't they, early on by having like the big million viewers?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree, and it's just, I think the battles were just hitting, like, it was the right ones at the right time, you know what I mean? And timing is everything. Like, anybody could battle anybody to get, like, good bars, but some of that shit got to be good build-up, you know what I mean? And URL had a lot of good backstories. The stories usually make the battle.
And, you know, is it fair to say that URL, you know, we'll sort of get into the battles early on, but you know, you had 2 battles released within 2 months of each other. This is you against DNA and you against Young Ill, March and May of 2010. Like, it really felt that they were putting their faith in the people and pushing them out there, and they reaped the rewards.
Yeah and no, you know what I mean? Because I think that we got the following that we needed, and a following, you know what I mean? Because, like, this worldwide shit, like, people know us from, obviously, from here to, you know what I mean, overseas, you know what I mean? So the following is good, but I think if we had moved a little slower, it'd be a lot of better business going on, you know what I mean? And a lot of money being made and shit like that.
Yeah, entirely. And, you know, where does it start for you then, Surf? I mean, where do you first learn about battle rap? Do you just see it in your everyday life, or?
Yeah, I mean, like, like, we've been putting verses against each other since 5th grade, 6th grade, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know, like, that's for like 9, 10, you know what I mean? Like, this regular, like, smack DVDs and shit like that, like, was popping way before the internet was, you know what I mean? We used to go to the Chicken Shack and just and buy a DVD, you know what I mean, and go watch niggas battle and shit. So it's been in the niggas' blood since forever. It was like second nature by the time I got in that garage.
And like, who were you watching from the Chicken Shack? Who did you like?
Rex, Mook, you know what I mean? Like, no, like, I watched it all. Like, it wasn't one that I can't even say, like, I mean, if it's a sense who I watched, everybody, you know what I mean? Like, if they was on the DVD, I was watching Lux, Miles, X, Rex, Mook, you know what I mean? But like, my favorites, you know what I mean? There was like Rex, you know what I mean? Like, everybody loved Mook, you know what I mean? So.
And it's crazy, isn't it? Like, you know, Mook, his influence on the scene is still gigantic.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, that's that leg work that you put in.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. That's the leg work, and they're gonna uphold him like that because of the work that he put in. You know what I mean? And or the lack thereof, you know what I mean, type shit. So he had his few battles and then he stepped back, which was smart also.
And battle rap as a culture is very reverential, isn't it? It very much, people who were back in the Lion's Den kind of Smack DVD days have so much respect towards that, rightfully so, but it is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. It is, though.
Yeah, it's, you know, and moving on from watching that, and before we get onto the kind of on-tape era, like, was it just something you would do regularly? Was it something naturally alongside the music that you got into?
Yeah, I mean, naturally just rapping, like, rapping 16s and spitting and shit like that. Like, I've been rapping since forever. You know what I mean? So, like, that was nothing, like, for me to spit my shit against somebody else shit, like, in the hood or across town, and, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, battle rap is, like, so much more regular than people probably even give it credit for.
And at this time, were you going as Tsu Surf? Was that always your name?
As far as battle rap, yeah, like Tsu Surf was, that's my,
And like, I saw you say something online about sort of you've been called Silver Surfer at the skating rink or something like that. I like to skate too. That's a pastime. You know what I mean? Like, when I was younger and shit. When I was younger, I used to, you know what I mean? I used to have a lot of more free time and shit like that. So that was some shit that, I mean, something that I actually could do to get me, like, keep me out of trouble type shit. And like, you know, I have to say as well, at this time, were you doing the subtitles, or was that something that came later?
The subtitles came way later in the career, you know what I mean? But like after T, you know what I mean? After Con type shit, you know what I mean? Getting a little more, you know what I mean? Getting a little more swag and seasoning on your shit.
And, you know, we get to your kind of YouTube debut. This is Block City TV. What can you tell us about Block City TV? What were they?
Come through. I'll show you how to do this shit. You ain't cop. a doodle doing some rooster shit. I cop and do my on some ruthless shit. Invisible top be dropped on some stupid shit. But a bitch give me top on some stupid shit. You and your chick get the shot, I'm on some Cupid shit. Last little nigga said he had the juice and shit. Stupid. Little nigga got the roof and shit. So fly guy try skydive. You gon' go head first, hands up like I five. Chicken get the biscuit in the box, call me Popeyes. I bagged your bitch, she put me in her top 5.
They still, I mean, Block City TV, I'm not saying they are UW right now because they obviously have different owners and stuff like that with Arsenal and stuff, you know what I mean? But, I mean, that's what I would still consider Block City. But it was just like, you know, shout out to Haji Rule, Ray Swag. It was like the first, like, it was our own little league, you know what I mean, that we had coming up from here, you know what I mean, so we could show our talent, you know what I mean, the Shotgun Shugs, the Orez and shit like that, you know what I mean. Arsenal was already up and kicking by then.
And like, was there a hunger within you seeing your contemporaries moving on? Did you want to do something in the game yourself?
Yeah, well, the way it happened, it kind of happened by mistake a little bit, you know what I mean. Like, I really wasn't supposed to, the date, like that very first battle I had, I wasn't supposed to battle. I was actually going to perform somewhere, and then like I got a call from like the dude, like, oh yeah, well, we could get the venue, but if you wanted to battle, you could come battle. Niggas was still battling, and then we ended up in the garage somehow, some funny way.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Torch, did you know much about him going into it, or?
No, I didn't know who I was going there. That was
and like writing wise, were you just kind of throwing together bars on the spot, or?
It was a little bit of both, like whatever, you know what I mean, like some of both.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I watch his battle out of interest because obviously I've been a fan of yours forever, and I didn't really know what Tsu Surf's kind of debut was, to be honest with you, so it was interesting to find this one, and it's not bad. You know, you have a lot of good delivery here, the whole sort of someone's lose a leg, someone's going to have to map quest the rest of him, you know, girl swallowed more nuts than an elephant.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, what a cock-a-do the do on some rooster shit. So, you know, I think there's a lot of animal stuff there that's good.
Yeah.
You know, every verse raw like the pen filled with heroin.
That's good work. That's good. That's good research.
Yeah. And, you know, I think the problem with Torch, he doesn't really say much. He's quite generic. I mean, do you remember much about this battle, or?
Nah. I just, that was a walk. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I just remember because it was the first. Like, Yeah. A lot of that shit was like old shit. Like, he didn't even get like my most recent shit.
And like,
like, I always back then I used to like be like that. I'd be like, I just always test the waters first. Like, I have like the super duper crazy shit, and then I'd be like, well, if he can't get past this, then I know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just giving him like regular shit.
And, you know, you battle regular Wheeze as well on Block City the following month, but soon, you know, you pretty much seem to be with the URL for years, you know, uninterrupted. Like, how did that partnership start?
It was really like after the Torch battle. From what I heard, they heard about me like after the Torch battle. They heard about me from after the Torch battle, and then they heard about me from after the Torch battle, and then like by the regular Wheeze battle, they were already like looking for me and shit. You know what I mean? So I had got a call to battle Ill like shortly right after that. I didn't even, you know what I mean? Because Block City had just got made, you know what I mean? So, you know, like you figure Suge and O-Red and them, they had a few more battles after, you know what I mean? After that, you know, like after the second one, I was gone, you know what I mean?
And, you know, at this point, what was URL to you? They were still a pretty big deal, weren't they, with the DVDs and such?
Yeah, they had slowed down with the DVDs. This was actually like more now internet era, you know what I mean? Right. So it was still like just the name alone is huge for the culture. So, you know what I mean, just being affiliated with Smack and shit like that was big. I mean, it still is. Shit. It's some people like, you know what I mean, like this is like low-key a profession. Like,
no. And we move on then to the next battle. And in your overall canon, where do you view the Big T battle? Is it one of your best?
I know I get a little complicated when I spit for you niggas, but pay attention. This is slow as I'ma get for you niggas. What you about 300 pounds solid? Well, I bet you weak. Oh, you feel disrespected? Well, I suggest you be. I throw his ass in the trunk just to let you see that you ain't gotta know your alphabet to find T in the SUV.
Yeah, I think for a lot of reasons, besides just like how it came out, but you know what I mean, for growth purposes, and you know what I mean, like how I was, like the backstory behind it and all that shit. Like it really turned out to be a good battle. You know what I mean? And he was fighting back. You know what I mean? I like that more than anything. He was really fighting back, so it was fun.
It's one of those good battles, isn't it? URL, I mean, it happens in all the leagues where just visually it's a little different and it adds to it. It just changes the whole mood.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Mortal Kombat on like a special board or some shit.
Yeah. But it's in the back you have Bizarre and like you know, rather than some weird shit like
exactly.
Burned Rubble is like a clothing store in Royal Oaks apparently.
Yep, exactly. Somewhere in outskirts of Detroit.
Yeah. As I said, Bizarre, X Factor, JC, Marv 1. It's crazy, man. Like, you know, just like you say, the backdrop to this battle is great.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
now that you say it,
and just the energy is terrific throughout. You know, both of your rounds here, the first round sort of thing, the whole Beyonce, you know, drop a baby from the rock kind of thing, and then you have Chiller quoting your vice versa line in the prep battle. That was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I might be, if I'm not mistaken, I probably might be, if I'm not mistaken, most mentioned easily. You know what I mean? Like if you like. Especially if you watch URL, you know what I mean? Like, it's to the point where you watch battles in both sides. So you figure you watch Big T and John, they both mention me. You know what I mean? Like, you watch Verb and Hitman, like, it's always Surf said something, or let's play Swear to God, or fuck, I gotta put it in whatever joke they want to, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, I feel like I'm always, like, I got a big influence on the culture, if I'm not mistaken.
You do, yeah, no, completely, man. And, like, in a sense, I'm kind of testament to that, the fact that this guy from Oxford's doing a podcast. You know what I mean? It's kind of like your influence is kind of, not that I wouldn't do one about X Factor, but you know what I mean? It's just kind of, I'm a fan, and it just kind of transcends that. And
I understand.
Yeah, and part of it, the whole, ain't gotta know your alphabet to find T in an SUV, that's perfect, man.
That I'm not gonna lie, like that's one of my that's one of my most slept on. Like I think like some shit like that just fall into place. You know what I mean? But like that's like one of my most favorite bars ever. Like that shit is so crazy to me. Like the whole like, 'cause, you know what I mean? It's set up like talking about the Jeep first and then like T in the SUV,
ass in the trunk. Yeah. Oh,
man. Like. And I just like from what I like when I sit back and I watch this shit, and like even when I'm watching a motherfucker and it's like, and they say something, and a lot of people don't give me the feel of, damn, I would have never thought of that. You know what I mean, like that. And I feel like I'm not gonna say I take number one spot for this, but I feel like me and only a couple other people say shit that's like majority of that round is brand new, like just shit you never would hear or never think. You know what I mean? Like the, you know, you are and it, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like it, you know what I mean? Like the Lakers bar and shit. It'd be so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I kind of noted about this round, especially amazingly consistent. Like really not. I mean, no pun intended to Big T, but there's no fat on this round. Like, you know what I mean? It's
exactly, exactly. And that's really how I break it down. Like, I think that, like, it was just a straight, like, it was a real cold, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just a real, you know, you figure the smaller the chunk of wood, the harder it is to break, you know what I mean? Type shit. It was just, like, a real solid round. You figure, like, even, like, the calm rounds. I rapped about 3 minutes, calm rap for, like, 7 minutes. Yeah. But my rounds be so solid, you know what I mean? That is, like... It's like, you know, because even if Khan give you 6 or 7 haymakers, that's dipped in between 3 minutes of bullshit. Or, you know what I mean, fat, if you want to say like shit just to get you to the other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? 2 heads in a box like a Skype date.
Yeah.
That was great. And the grandmother's wake, like, closes crazy as well, like... the whole shit, man. It's like I was watching it today, and it's like I've literally been watching this battle, as I'm sure hundreds of thousands of other people, for years now. Like you know, and that must be. Is that ever weird to you? Just because you did this thing 5 or 6 years ago, but everyone just still loves it. It's just still on all the time. Like
it is, because I honestly could say like I probably got like every one of my battles. I probably still got on like one hand how many times I watched them.
Wow. Shit.
Like. Yeah, definitely at least one hand, max 5 every battle. Like, you know what I mean? I might go go check on something to like see how I set something up or something. But like as far as set and watch the battle, like each one of them probably like 5 times. You figure like me versus DNA, I probably watch once. Me versus Clips, I watch once. You know what I mean? Me versus Cal, I watch probably twice. Shit like that, you know what I mean? Like it'd really be 2-3 times the most, you know what I mean? So
I guess that's fair enough though, man. If you were there, you know, you kind of just don't need to.
Yeah, I mean the moments be dope though, you know what I mean? Like the moments, like I still remember like Summer Madness and shit and coming out and your face on the Titantron type shit and all that shit is super crazy, you know what I mean, type shit. But I don't know, I just like I started it probably what came with my growth. Damn, sound like it's probably what came with my growth, you know what I mean? But like I just learned to like stop, like we going straight to stop paying attention to the like I stopped reading the comments and shit like that. And I think along with like, because you know they used to have like URL TV, that TV where you could be like in the group chat where the battles used to be in it and shit like this used to be so long ago, you know what I mean? Like this was like 5-6 years ago and we used to actually all have accounts on the site, you know what I mean? Type shit. And that's where the battles dropped at first. They was dropping like one round at a time. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Type shit. And so like I think that's when I like distanced myself from like the internet part of like I think that's what my music videos and everything though, like all my
And you know, I mean, His writing is still so good in the whole T in the bag, go and get me any lip then sort of stuff. The unit stuff,
he was so crazy. Jesus. He was so crazy that battle. He was going crazy.
Like, you know, and like
that whole Living Color family and the Cash shit was just like, what the fuck is he doing it here?
They say I'm scared of Surf. I say Surf who? The whole Surf cool.
Surf who? Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Just like,
he got the most swag. Like oh my god, like that's just ridiculous.
Oh man, yeah. It's just that's what makes a battle classic, isn't it? I mean, as good as you are, Big T's just as good. Like, you know, it's absolute clash of the titans here, and then kind of like in your second as well, the kind of, you know, going in on the kind of fat angle, the sort of you know,
it has to be that. Like it has to be that. Like if it's not, if we not pause, if we not banging helmets, you know what I mean? Like if it's not like a back and forth, then it can't be classic. Like running through somebody really does you no justice. Because they side not gonna watch it. Like if me and Big T both bring 500,000 viewers to the table, if I beat the shit out of him, the 500 people that support him, the 500,000 is not gonna want to watch that shit. Now if we both just wigging the fuck out, that's 1 million people together that's gonna debate this, which is why shit end up with 2.3 mil and you know what I mean, shit like that. Yeah. We go straight.
No, yeah, I mean, this battle in particular is 1.6 mil at the moment. I mean, deserving. So, you know, crazy battle. But yeah, the whole sort of ranch dressing, bagel fights, kind of
Ortiz, Victor shit.
Yeah. The whole sort of, you know, you need L to spell kill, K, rip T up in the middle. Crazy shit, man. Very, like, you seem to love kind of language, word stuff, spelling stuff. Like, you know, there seems to be you know. And then the whole sort of, you know, jelly bean trail to a bear trap.
Get over to the left. Yeah, to a bear trap.
You know, and Big T goes in on your blogging in both his second and third. What is he talking about?
I think at the time, at that time, like I was, we can make it. Like, I used to antagonize like a lot. Like that was my thing. Like I used to like when I first was battling Young L, like I was blogging a lot. You know what I mean? Like when I was battling K-Shine, I was blogging a lot of shit. So he was just talking about how much I used to blog and shit. I used to be heavy on that. Like I think that's what I'm one of the best at that, like building the backstory for the battle or making, you know what I mean? Like making the build up to the battle what it should be.
Now I remember you and Calico had a great build up video.
Yeah, me and Kyle, me and K-Shine really, you know what I mean, like was crazy, you know what I mean, like all the way up until shit like that. So.
Yeah, man, and you know, Big T as well, with that K waving in front of his crib like a polite neighbour.
Like a polite neighbour.
Yeah, pretty dope shit from T. But yeah, this battle, man, I mean, just to wrap it up, classic, right? Sheer classic.
I agree.
You know, just and I'm not trying to blow your horn here. I know you are the guest and whatever, so, but I mean, genuinely, I love this battle, man. It is such a good watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I get that. I get that often. You know what I mean? I get that, or I get Khan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's what I want to get into now, yeah. So the Conceited battle.
Them same OGs that taught me never change when you win it said just cause he looked like he get it don't mean he got it. The ones that usually have it, you never really could spot it. And the ones that flash ain't got enough or they dumb so they don't hide it. Question, if all your money on your outfit, then what the fuck is in your pocket? Oh, you cool cause you dressed for the awards? What you want, an Oscar? Let's play Swear to God. Swear to God on your mother, you wasn't battling and working at Red Lobster.
Another amazing battle. Pretty cool that it's a Christmas release for you.
Yeah, it was a Christmas release.
Mm-hmm. Your first of many. Clips was another one.
I got the Christmas battle a few times.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, it come with, I mean, you know, you want to add a little politics in and shit like that. You know what I mean? You want to just act like, but I mean, I got a super good relationship with this Mac team and shit like that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, you always seem to speak very highly of them, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, I try to. You know what I mean? Like, they help me. You know what I mean? They're part of the reason I'm where I'm at.
Yeah, no, of course, man, of course. And, you know, Smack opens it up, wishing everyone happy Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, like, you know, Smack. And
that 8-minute clip.
Yeah, it's pretty long. But, I mean, Conceited, ridiculous puncher, right?
Super crazy.
Like,
he will not stop.
It's just, the guy's got into. I mean, there's like the whole sort of Forrest Gump, start running, won't be Crip no more in the first.
Just like he just don't stop. Like, it's just like he's like a real, like, he throws like even if like, see, and that's why it's like kind of hard to beat Khan too, because you got different punches. You know what I mean? Like, you figure like somebody like me, like, let's say if I throw 30 punches, I'm trying to make 28 of them land. You know what I mean? You figure Khan, his shit balanced out the same way, because Khan's going to throw 55 punches. And about 30 of them going to land, you know what I mean? So he's a puncher. He is ridiculous.
We get the Rajan, you know, kind of angle. Sudafed, that informant stuff's great. The cuff up what's on his chest.
Crazy.
Like,
super crazy. The super crazy. I know you think is a lie if you think you go around after a Muslim shit.
Yeah.
That was retarded. That was retarded. Game changer.
And like, again, similar to the Big T battle, just a really well shot battle. Like, it captures the crowd and the feel of the night really well. You know, it's and then, I mean, his subtitles slow it down. Did he steal from you? What's the thing here?
It wasn't really a still, like, it wasn't really a still thing. I think that it was just like he had his own thing, you know what I mean, type shit. And slow it down, he really is saying the same thing twice. You know what I mean, in a sense, like, but he's just putting it in another angle. But like subtitles, I don't necessarily have to say the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you take like the Tay Roc battle, when I was naming the states and shit like that, it's like I could be saying two total different things. You know what I mean? Type shit, just using the same words. So I mean, but nah, it was just me coming up with my own little creative way to, you know what I mean, have something that was my own.
And I mean, just a fantastic round from you as well. Amazing anger and delivery. The crowd listens so close. Like, it's just a perfect crowd as well. No gas, really. Yeah. Just a respectful, you know, punches get what
like
they
deserve. Like, if it's hard, exactly. Them type of, exactly.
And one of the punches that does get a huge traction. And it's interesting that you close a round on a punch. I don't really see this happen very often, especially in URL with the haymakers at the end. You are, you know, in the middle of the... How did you think of that, man? That's fucking mad.
I really don't like. I was about to say. I remember, like, it was like I was living a lot of this. I had a room up at Joe House at the time and shit. You know what I mean? We was touring and shit. And one of my mans was in my room and shit. And I was just getting ready for con and shit. We was in the room and shit. And like, I was just thinking of different words and shit. And then I believe I said church. And he was like, damn, yo, you in that shit. And I'm like, he's like, no, you're in that shit. Like, you are. I'm like, yo, damn. And then I just came up with the whole setup and shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a night cleaner.
Do you know when you write a haymaker like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, hands down. Hands down. It's to the point where like even sometimes it depends on who I'm battling, but like I come up with about, let's say if I come up with leading up to the battle, I'll just be writing shit all over the place, just all over scribbling shit. But like I know all 12 of them, and then I go and put like 4 in each round. You know what I mean? Like ones that I know is just gonna shake shit. You know what I mean? Some of them just no-brainers when you know what the crowd like.
And I mean, yeah, again, Conceited with the fantastic second round. If you got the whole sort of slow it down, where he's like, if you got a couple of strikes in the pen, he was bold. Like, you know, cocks through the wall like a glory hole, this sort of stuff.
Yeah, super crazy.
Let it clap on his face like Macaulay Culkin's quite nice as well. And then I've never seen someone do as many pauses as you do, Surf, in the first bit of your
Say
second.
That again?
The amount of pauses you do where you're like, you had your dick pause on the back pause of another, it's overload. What is the situation you're referring to?
Paul, he battled Arsenal on grind time probably back in like 2009 or some shit like that, and while Arsenal was rapping, like one of his dudes, like, you know how like if I got my daughter at Disney World and like it's mad people she want to see and shit. I mean, it's just mad people she want to see, so I like put her legs around my shoulders and like put her on my shoulders. You know what I mean? Khan's man like put his head between his legs, like lift him up on some. We'll put this in the trunk. Khan's man like lift him up type shit. I'm like, wow, whoa, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like your dick was on the back of that man.
And then, you know, you swear to God you wasn't battling and working at Red Lobster. I don't want to hear how you spray and clap the mags, but I might believe if you say you crack the crab.
Yeah.
And then you start calling out all his schools and stuff. It's quite an interesting angle that you go with, like staking out his history.
Yeah.
You know, nice.
Yeah, I had a couple friends. Down and like, I had a couple friends from Brooklyn and shit like that, and Khan's like super familiar with Brooklyn, like, you know what I mean, type shit, but he's not really originally from there. We're going to Orange. Right. But he's not really originally from there, you know what I mean? But like within like all his Smack battles, you know what I mean, Smack puts Brooklyn, New York, when originally he's from Florida, you know what I mean? So it was like a little cool angle to take, you know what I mean?
Yeah, one of my favourite moments is just after this when you're sort of saying what good is bars on top of bars if your foundation is lies, but delivery is heavy here. I mean, do you rehearse that, or is that very much a sort of heat of the moment thing?
Yeah, I mean, like the more you know the bars, the better your swag is, you know what I mean? So like that type thing. But nah, I mean, it really, like, you just gotta know your bars, because you know when you want to pick up, you know when you don't, shit like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And again in the third with just the outstanding, the whole sort of throw bullets like it's my job, the quarterback's feeling me, 2-9 start flipping shit. What? Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And then when you're saying, like, when you battled Tall T, you say you passed the Glock to Fox, and then what? Yeah. The way you ask him is great. Like the indignation.
Yeah. Like fuck is Fox about to do to fucking Glock?
And again, you must have been riding on quite a high with URL at this point. You had a lot of big battles.
Yeah. You said say that again?
No, I was just saying, like, at this point, you know, you'd had the Big T battle, the Conceited battle. It really sort of cemented you as one of the massive guys in URL.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you know, your next 3 battles are Hollow, Clips, and, you know, Hitman Holla. So it's fair to say that you reached a certain plateau there.
Yeah, nah, it's all like I've only been dealt killers. Like I've been thrown in the fire since day one. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, type shit. And I think I always showed up. You know what I mean, regardless of who you take the battle. Because at the end of the day, there is no real winner. It's about selling a brand. We trying to sell something here. You know what I mean? This business is the URL brand, obviously. You know what I mean? Like if it was a winner, then that's how it would go. But it's not. You know what I mean? We need views, we need following, we need sponsors, you know what I mean? And I help that, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of sponsors that were sold on the Tsu Surf brand, the Hitman Holla brand, you know what I mean? So, I think I took that I took that spot and did what I was supposed to, you know.
I mean, it's fair to say that you've mostly battled on URL, whilst a lot of other URL people, let's say Eclipse, for example, who's kind of a similar tier, has gone over to Don't Flop, King of the Dot, etc., Guerrilla Warfare. Like, what is, I mean, is it just a reflection of your wider concerns that you're busy with other things, that you don't battle as much, or what's the deal?
I mean, well, you figure like I got a full music career, you know what I mean? Like I do shows, you know what I mean? I do features, I get bookings, you know what I mean? I tour, you know what I mean? I leave for tour November, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So I do have, you know what I mean? Like I got a distribution deal, you know what I mean? I am signed to an independent label, shit like that. So I do have, you know what I mean? My mixtape just dropped. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we probably had like almost 1 million streams and shit. Wow. You know what I mean? So it is like different modes you got to be in. You know what I mean? Like I got to go from rap mode to kill mode, and you know what I mean, shit like that. So it's not that simple. You know what I mean? Type shit. So I try to just do as much as I could. You know what I mean? But just this little new. I'm just trying to go a little crazy on everything I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I just took a couple back to back just to, you know what I mean, really lock in and test my pen.
And coming up to the Holla battle, the Hitman Holla battle, was this something that had been brewing for a long time? This must have been something the fans would have wanted for a while.
I bought enough for you. I bought enough for you and Show Out, and anybody that Show Out already got my other half. I clear this fucking show out. Already got my other half. I clear this fucking show out. About to get this nigga dressed. No, he ain't about to go out. I need that old Hitman tank top or the rope out. Yet what? This 60 shit something you don't know about. You said you wanted to ride. Well, Gerald, let's roll out. Me and my strap got 2 different visions, but I see his so clear.
Oh yeah. We was going back and forth for a long time because, you know what I mean, he had felt like he got one off on Arsenal. You know what I mean? So he felt like he got one off on Arsenal, so he was talking a lot of Jersey shit. So we had to see each other.
Are events like this, the Gnomes, the Summer Madnesses, are they the ultimate test as a performer? Because the crowds are just intense.
Yeah, it's totally different, you know what I mean? And like the battlers make this setting, the venue make this setting, the name of the card make this setting and shit like that, you know what I mean? And some of us really like only come out for big cards, you know what I mean? Big events, like it's the big boys, you know what I mean? It's the big leagues, like, you know.
Yeah. It's so fucking cool. Like, you know, I mean, the events are a really, really unique aspect of Battle Rap is that the events like this can go down. And I love the way this whole event is filmed. It's fantastic. I think especially as well, like they say, the Conceited B Magic battle, like you can see the crowd in front really well. When you're getting on stage, you're getting mic'd up, it must be a mad feeling.
Yeah, super hype, like super hype, like you get the jitters, like you're just ready to go. Super dope.
Yeah. And you know, the whole lift Hitman up to guard, can I get a hallelujah? Like the crowd are really rocking with you in the first, it seems.
Yeah. I think that's the normal. Like I mean, you really got ticket sellers. You know what I mean? Type shit like that. You know what I mean? Like when a person could come and realistically like and say something in the crowd. You know what I mean? It's a lot of parts in there where the crowd is actually just repeating after me or know what I'm going to say. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? And those with them, you know what I mean? Them crowd pleasers or the crowd rings, that's what they do. You know what I mean? That's what they book for.
Yeah. And, you know, someone in the crowd says that you reach a lot. This was kind of a thing at the time, wasn't it? You and reaching, it kind of had this notoriety.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. I think it's just like, and it's like I just well, they say I stretch it, like I make shit, I try to make shit make sense that don't make sense. Or I just, you know what I mean, like I guess I've mastered the art of getting off shit that shouldn't get off. Like, I mean, I had somebody said like jalapeno was a reach, like jalapeno head to the fucking water, like jalapeno, yo, that's a reach, like or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's enjoyable. It's not kind of stretched to like unreasonable nature. No. Like it's just
you know, people gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Everybody want to see Floyd lose one.
Yeah, the became so normal. I reach when I ain't got the shit. That is hard as hell, man. Like what a swap up from what an answer to the critics. That line, it's great.
Yeah, you just gotta try to stay on your feet and be witty.
Yeah, no, it works, man. And like, it's fair to say, you know, Hitman's first is probably his strongest round. And like, when Show Off is getting in your face like that, it takes a lot of perseverance, I guess. It's quite hype.
Yeah, it definitely do. It do take a lot, honestly.
I mean, you know, obviously, I'm saying this as an observer, but just as someone who enjoys battle rap, it is a very like exciting exchange. Those early moments of the battle.
Yeah, it is. Nah, it is really fun though. Like it is pretty. It is really crazy.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's you know another you know crazy good battle with you. And I just want to finally focus on the third, the kind of comparing the life. Like this was kind of a different round for you, like a really kind of structured round.
Yeah, it was like it's one of them. Like I like to call it like those one of them hit or miss rounds. You know what I mean? Like it don't necessarily have to go your way. You know what I mean? Type shit. But I just felt like it was a strength of mine. You know what I mean? So.
And, you know, the whole sort of, your dad taught you about the birds and the bees, chlamydia clap, all about the cribs, out the window, throwing out bees, clapping, calling. Like, just that kind of back and forth. That is the sort of dialectic opposite of the round. And the crowd lap it up, man. It really does well. Yeah.
I think they received it super well. Like, I didn't know they was going to receive it like that. They received it, like, way more than I thought they would. Like, the whole cardboard colors, fresh shine shit, like, all that, like... But when I actually got to see it and see people respond, like the reaction to it, it was just like, oh shit.
And I mean, has it prepared you in any way for performing music live, being at big crowds like this?
Yeah, I mean, you're just more comfortable with people looking at you. Comfortable with we go on 280. You're just comfortable with people looking at you. You know what I mean? Just more comfortable, like in the setting with the lights on and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's all. It's just, you know. So.
And you know,
it all helps.
Yeah, and we'll close out by just talking about you know, the 2-on-2 kind of era saga that's begun very recently. You and Tay Roc, like, how did you guys go from battling to within a year teaming up?
100-round drum. Exit roll like a frisbee. 100-round drum make this shooting shit easy. Big T fingers after lunch, going greasy. Before the shot. Hold on. Hey, Big T fingers after lunch, doing greasy. Before the shot, Hanes shirt. After the shot, Yeezy. Before the cuts. Hey, this is me, bro. This is what I do.
Me and Tay Roc, it's never like me and Tay Roc one of the few people. You know what I mean? Like that's really like my man, like little big bro. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like you know what I mean? So. Like that's my little bro, you know what I mean? I fuck with him heavy. Like I think like he always like, you know what I mean, and he pay his homage, you know what I mean? Like nah, he fuck with me and you know what I mean, he watched me and you know what I mean, like tighten his shit up type shit, you know what I mean? So it was always a respect level, and then the 2-on-2 shit was coming up and I automatically was like, yeah, me and Roc gotta lock in, and he was down, you know what I mean? So
And is it fair to compare you and Roc to kind of like a sort of Watch the Throne, like team up of the two gods?
Yeah. He's definitely a young god in his own.
Yeah.
I mean, he came up a little later. You know what I mean? He started earlier, but he came up a little later. You know what I mean? It's different for everybody, but he earned what he got. You know what I mean?
And you know, you two teaming up against DNA, K Shine, very famous battle. This is, you know, almost at 2 mil at this point. What an exciting clash!
It was ridiculous. The energy was stupid.
Oh my god. Like, it's just a phenomenon. You could show anyone that, even if they don't like battle rap. Just, you know, look at this audience and this crowd. Look how hype these words are getting them. It was crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, nah, I agree. Like, you can show that to anybody. It'll entertain anybody.
And it's like, you know, you say it in the battle yourself, which I really like. You say, you know, you try and stop the crowd from interrupting, they're going to gas, you tell Roc sort of thing. But it's one of those things where if you were there, you wouldn't be angry at people gassing, because it is hype. Like, you know, the chemistry's great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Nah, I agree. Like you don't get mad at it. You know what I mean? You just know it's just the energy. It's like, man, you don't want them to say shit.
And like rehearsing for you guys, did you meet up in person? Was it more of an online thing? Or?
Yeah, nah, we was back and forth. I go out there to Baltimore. He come out to Jersey. We just, I mean, hotbox the bathroom and put that shit together.
And you know that's the thing that's interesting as well. It's similar to DNA, K Shine in a sense, but you guys kind of leap back and forth off each other, and it's really good to watch.
Yeah. Nah, it's the relationship is dope, especially on stage. You know what I mean?
And you know, speaking for Roc as well, some of the biggest reactions you've ever got in your career were in this battle.
Yeah, nah, definitely. Yeah, nah, both of us like that. Both of us. It was definitely some huge haymakers.
And, you know, it's a shame to see that in the first there is a bit of sort of an interference, a little mad, gets a little heated at a point. Like, Beasley emerges from nowhere to hold Roc back. It's crazy to see.
Yeah, Beasley he had veins popping out his head and shit. He looked like a superhero.
Yeah, he did, man. He was heroic. And, like, you know, is that annoying for you? I know it can't be helped, like, when the crowd are going crazy, but to have to keep repeating, you have to keep repeating that Hammers bar, you know?
Sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes, like, it gets your flow, like sometimes your bars could fit perfectly, you know what I mean? Sometimes they going before you really get to where you need to go, you know what I mean? Going crazy before you got to where you need to go and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? You be a little tight.
And, you know, it's a little unfortunate that obviously, you know, the altercation again closes out the battle and you have to redo the battle sort of thing. Would you have rather just done it one battle, or are you glad that you just got to do it in the end anyway?
I mean, it was cool. It didn't matter. Like, I think what was done had been handled already. You know what I mean? So it was really like that shit was just like blah, like give me this extra money. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like it was what it was. Like I thought they were fully dead. You know what I mean? So I feel like I think it's clear. Like they hadn't even. You take their best performance, it doesn't compare what we did. I think me and Roc are easily the best 2-on-2 in the world. Yeah.
And are we going to see you guys battle again?
Yeah, we just waiting on somebody to step up.
Yeah, no, that's exciting, man. And, crazy fucking good battles. And I guess to wrap up, music-wise, how do people like access your music, that sort of thing?
You could look up. Well, my last mixtape was 2 a.m. It just came out a few Tuesdays ago. Most search engines, Spotify, Tidal,
right.
You know what I mean, iTunes, shit like that, Apple Music, you know what I mean, my mixtapes, all that, Tsu Surf, 2 a.m. You know what I mean, and then most of my Twitter handle, my Instagram handle at TSU_surf. I mean, it's both the same, but yeah, you usually go find the links there.
Yeah, and you I mean, been on tour with Joe Budden as well. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's big, bro. Yeah,
it's insane. And you're battling T-Rex coming up on a really cool card, the Mr. Fab card.
Yeah, on Halloween, a 1-rounder. T-Rex kind of shine in 1-rounders, so I'm about to get it together for him. I'm about to start. Just tighten up this Shug shit.
So finally, Surf, we'll just close up with a few quick fire questions. Just whatever comes off the top of your head. The first one is, I mean, obviously, if you don't have one, fair enough. Do you have a favorite Don't Flop battle?
Favorite Don't Flop battle.
Do you watch any?
The funny part is no, but I actually watch him a lot. Like I watch a lot of the battles over there, but no, it's nothing specific.
Right.
But I'm very familiar with the battles.
Okay. King of the Dot?
Same thing. No favorite one, and watch like they're another they got my respect. You know what I mean? As a veteran of the culture, like King of the Dot and Don't Flop have my respect.
Of course, and URL, you must.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite URL battle then? No favorites. Difficult. It is too difficult. Last two questions. First one, do you have a favorite film, Surf?
A Bronx Tale.
Nice, yeah, great answer. Yeah. And your favorite artist or band, musical artist or band, music artist? No way, but no way hip hop related.
Not hip.
Yeah, not hip hop.
My favorite band, not hip hop related.
Yeah.
I'd say, that's a good one. Not hip hop related.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, if I did R&B, I could go with Mary J. Blige. You know what I mean? If you wanted to go with
I'll accept that.
Yeah. If you want to go out of that, then I mean, maybe Panic at the Disco.
Right, nice. Tsu Surf's Panic at Disco fan. Interesting.
Yeah. I fuck with Panic.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
It's all good.
No, thank you for opening up. Definitely go back and check out all these surf battles. Also, check out other ones that we haven't mentioned. The Daylight battle is a really, really interesting one. The Bricks battle, the X Factor. You've had so many classics.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, thank you again. Follow this guy on Twitter, listen to his music. I really appreciate it, Surf.
All right, holla at me.
I done seen everything but hell, so the bars to the heavens. Chopper get the ripping that whip, or be holier than a car full of reverence. Dorney Parker's hood, leave everything wetted. And the potato on the 8, got the crime scene smelling like wedges. From a place where the lead clap, fiends in the feds at. People take dead naps, blowing red head caps. Him and her said that the children get kidnapped when 5 ain't enough. Roll on the wrong nigga, get your head cracked. Everything everything I write real. Chrome 40, white steel. He the type of nigga that'll die for an ice grill. Bullets feel quite real. Pussy get the mice killed. Send a bird bitch to get him hit for her light bill. Put up on him kinda slow. Everybody kinda froze. Too late. Slam his whole block like dominoes. Moral of the story, we don't want no drama. Send the wolves. Cops found them where they found Osama. School was kinda cool, but I'd rather take the trap route. Crack house, getting straight money like a max out. Rest in peace, cuz you been gone for a while. They say God killed them, I ain't to chop at the scouts. Close my eyes, squeeze, let that thing sing blow. I'll kill him when I catch him, and they did my nigga foul.